We're live. You can't say that. Hello, welcome to the Monday stream. We have Danny here today, and
hey guys.
You'll have to let me know how audio is because we're trying these portable mics, and I don't know how well they're gonna work. So say hi.
Hi, mic check.
Hi.
1, 2, for the real this time.
We've got about 50 people here, and really no topic. So I hope you guys have questions for Danny, and then I won't have to do anything. We'll just sit here and look pretty.
All right.
Vinovsky, I don't know what that means. Can't hear.
Can't hear? Can we turn it up more?
Possibly. I'm just waiting. We need one more person to tell us. Sounds good.
I'm going to have to look over here to the side.
Can't hear and, oh yeah, the face tracking boxes. I don't know how to get rid of that. A little low on the volume. That I can fix. How do we get rid of the face tracking?
Does it normally do that? Is it just because there's 2 of us here?
I don't know why it's doing that. Here, let me pull it up here.
Oh gosh.
Face detection? Yes.
Dave.
What?
Dave, I'm going to totally butcher it. Soucier.
Yeah, it would be. Hold on. You're going to have to talk.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to read comments off to here because I'm a little bit blind and that's a little far away. He has this nice big screen for me. You can't hear me, so I'm just going to talk and hopefully there'll be subtitles.
Some people can hear and some people can't. I don't know.
We're tracking faces because for all the prep we did, we didn't catch this part. Bob is whispering in my ear.
What a train wreck. That's all right. I can cut all this out later.
Yeah.
There is absolute max volume.
He's such a square. I am.
See, some
Total
people
square.
say they can hear fine, and some people say they can't hear at all.
Are the mics up all the way?
Yeah,
The
sounds
individual
good.
ones?
A lot better. I can hear you
Oh.
loud and clear.
This
Sounds
is
good.
better.
Now we just got to figure out the boxes.
Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, this moves a lot faster than I thought.
It's tracking both of us, so I have to play with the menu.
Hi, Darren.
So
Good to see you.
we're gonna go to.
Yeah, everyone can hear.
There. Nope, that didn't work. There. So. Okay.
Sorry.
We can fix this. Zoom out. Go this way. There. Is that better? There.
It's a better distance, yes.
As good as it's gonna get.
Have the boxes.
God, the freaking boxes.
Take two.
I don't know why it's doing this. Jimmy, tell me how to turn this stupid thing off. This will be an easy change.
Thank you, Ron Foss. Ryan Glenn, what did you just tune into? Technical difficulties at its finest. This is the first time we are in the new studio, and Bob it's the first time he's had someone live in the studio in a while. So we're definitely figuring it out.
There's also a new camera that I've never used.
Oh, we just knocked it out of the park with new variables. He likes to do this to me. Come over, ready to go. New equipment.
Come over, ready to go. Come on, don't lie.
Well, more ready to go than me.
You didn't even go to the right spot at first. You drove to work.
I did. That's how, I don't know if it's nervous for a live stream I was, or just used to it, but I was headed here and went back to work instead. Got on the wrong. Took the wrong turn.
Oh,
Fish Tanks Farm, $5 super chat. My life is now complete. I heard the entire technical difficulty song. Now time to do water changes. Thank you for sticking it out. And for the
don't go anywhere though.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, but thank you for sticking it out.
Alright, this is going to be probably super close up.
Carmel's Creations, best filter heater for outside pond under 50 gallons. Under 50 gallons? I was going to go straight for a 300 watt or higher, but maybe not so much in that,
Well,
that size.
that worked.
Yay. Hello, everyone. That's what my teeth look like.
This is my first day, so just
I just work here.
bear with me.
I came in at the perfect time, yeah. We've been rolling along like this for a while. Yeah, new studio and new tech. It's kind of a conundrum.
Interesting.
Now we're not there. What is happening? T-shot? Absolutely not, as long as you don't mind if I answer it, because he's working on the technical stuff, so.
That's weird. Look, it's there.
Huh?
We're here, but it's not
This is not my realm.
there.
BJ Palmer, thank you for the $5 super chat for a sound man woman.
Oh, I know what's going on here.
Thank you, Carol.
Look how big
$5
you
for
are.
tech support. Oh my gosh! What is happening? What is really going on? UPSer, I'm asking myself the same thing.
Hey, look.
Hey!
Heyo!
We did it!
Face tracking gun.
Now we're in, it looks like we're in like the cockpit of a fighter jet with green boxes on the screen.
Heyo.
There we go. Hello!
All right. We're way smaller, though, because I can't zoom in now.
And resume.
Hey, buddy. All right. Well, what I missed. Here's Jimmy. Leave the box. It looks like you have a fish tank in your face. Oh, well, it's too late now.
It's fitting, yeah. We suffered along through that anyways.
And I think we're still in 4K with the other camera. All right. So
Oh my gosh, it's moving fast. I'm sorry, guys.
now we can start the stream.
This is like a...
Is the audio still here? This is the greatest stream ever.
I'm so glad you like it.
Sweet.
No boxes and volume. Yippee! I know. We did it. Finally.
15 minutes later.
Thank you, Samantha.
We got $20 in all that bull crap.
I know.
Here we go.
Hot Mess Express.
Why do I only see that? Did you thank them for the super chats?
I tried. I hope I got them all.
Eric Wyrock, box removal fun. Thank you, buddy. $5 super chat. Fish Tank Barn, $5. Thank you. Oh yeah, you got these. I remember.
Yes.
BJ. Okay, good.
I got them all. Awesome.
All right. Well, there we go. Darren misses the song though, so I guess we got to turn that back on.
Maybe we can plug one in there for an intermission
Audrey
for you. Have
Bamberger.
something else.
You know, the good thing about this is when this is over, I'm gonna be able to just chop the whole first 15 minutes right out of here. So now we're gonna start like, hello, welcome to the Monday live stream.
Welcome to the stream.
We've got Danny here. So if you've all seen her videos, her she shed, if you have questions, now's the time to ask. All of her videos get tons of questions. So she's here to answer your questions.
I'll do my best.
Slow chat, pretty please. It's too late for slow chat, and it's all right.
Hi,
it's
Barbara.
all right.
Yes,
Things will calm down. Things will calm down. Curtis Schindler with $1 super chat. Thank you, Candy, $5.
Happy
Thank
Monday,
you.
Lonnie.
You know, there's big candy news.
Big candy news?
Big candy news
What?
that she let slip to you last week on the stream, but I don't think you saw it. I don't know if she's officially announced the big candy news.
I don't know if I caught it.
If she says it's okay to announce the big candy news.
Candy? Pity chat? Kidding. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
What does she do for a living? Get to know Danny.
What do I do for a living? I am technically the office manager, bookkeeper, and accountant for a construction restoration company. So I sit behind a computer kind of like this and look at numbers and pay the bills, bring in the money, make the things go around, pay the taxes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Corey told everyone yesterday.
Kind of boring.
But you don't know. The big candy news is that she's moving here.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
Last week she said, look forward to seeing you or something like that.
Oh, I do look forward to that. I was curious, and someone made the comment, and I was like, wouldn't that be awesome? Well, are you coming here to like...
To live.
Live full time?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm excited. Get a chance to
okay, well,
talk
the other big candy news then that Corey didn't say yesterday is that she found a place. So it's official. There you go.
Now, in relation to the co-op store, do we know which direction your new place is?
Very close.
Very close. Awesome.
That's all I'll say so she doesn't get a bunch of stalkers.
True. Very true.
But she'll be close to the store, which will be fun and good, I guess.
Awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah, the Seattle area. We're all in the Seattle area.
Yes. I was hoping kind of up north just for the sake of like plant talk and plant swaps.
Jimmy says
But
that
I'll
means
travel.
she's going to be...
We'll travel for plants.
Going to be on camera every day now.
Every day. We can work through this together, Candy.
Did you finish saying what you did for a living? Because I interrupted you.
I'm a full charge bookkeeper. I work in small construction. Right now I work for a full service disaster restoration and rebuild company. So we mitigate tree strikes, flooding, fires, put people's homes back together.
So
and I run the books.
You are prepared to fix this train wreck of a stream? This disaster area?
Is there QuickBooks attached? Then yes.
Come on, Candy, the exact mailing address. Come on.
Yeah, exact. No, definitely not.
I used to know the mailing address for the co-op, but I don't anymore. I was going to say that. I think it starts with a 9. That's all I know.
I do apologize if you guys are asking questions. Please do ask them again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not going to get in trouble for repeating the same thing over and over and over.
I'm looking everywhere and still figuring this out. I wish there was like audio sometimes.
Yeah, I could make it so that if they super chatted a question, no, I'm just saying, like that's not going to be like the criteria for a question. But at least on a super chat, like I can make it read the question out loud.
Oh.
Which would be kind of cool, but it would be very annoying, and these people could
That's
swear.
the point of the super chat. I totally get it, that it stands out more. But, just copy the text, select all, copy, paste, and I promise I will do my best. If I was on the other end, just sitting here, I just don't want to sit here like this the whole time. So I'll figure it out. That's awesome, but what about the fish room she was setting up? Bringing it, oh, that's Candy. I hope she's bringing her fish room.
I don't think she has a fish room.
I think she wanted to set up
I could be wrong.
stuff.
How should I entice angelfish to spawn a second time in a community
awesome.
tank?
Bookkeepers unite. Absolutely.
How dare you interrupt me?
It's my turn.
You know how many times I
For
get
real.
yelled at for interrupting you?
Well, I wonder why.
Regina says, Regina Phalanges,
Hi,
I miss
Regina.
Seattle so much, but I have a business in California that I've owned for 18 years. Wow. That's crazy.
That's a long time. And you've been in California the whole time, or longer than 18 years?
But we did have a question that somebody interrupted me.
I'm sorry.
How should I get my angelfish to spawn for a second time in a community tank? I'm just kidding. You pretty much just have to do what you did before. So angelfish generally only spawn when they're happy, also warm. So if it was warm outside and your tank heated up a little bit, that'll generally get angelfish to spawn as well. Just raise the temperature to like the low 80s, feed them lots, and they'll generally spawn.
I agree with that. My angelfish definitely spawned time and time and time again. It was a very well-established tank, and parameters very well changed hardly ever. So that was the key to success. As soon as I had to change it, I didn't get very many spawns. Still don't.
Oh, Amanda thought you were moving. No.
I live here. I'm about 10 minutes away. Super
Okay.
close.
I found a Danny question, but now I lost it.
Oh. Anyone go to school?
Twin Cities Copies with the $5 super chat says, select all, copy, paste. I don't think this is correct. All right, so somebody asked you about your tub somewhere. Oh, here's a good question, because I don't think we've talked about this ever. Carol Cox says, what drew you into the hobby? What is the best part and the biggest challenge?
Ooh, good question.
So start with, why are you a fish keeper?
What drew me into the hobby in general is I've always had a thing for ponds and pond fish. Just I've grown up, we had a beautiful pond in our backyard. Me and my dad went out and we stocked it full of koi and goldfish, and that was a huge part of my childhood. And animals just in general. But what brought me back into the hobby was I got into gardening later in my life. And so the garden that you've seen the summer tubs in, I wanted to bring the ponds into the tubs. We have several ponds on the property, but they're out in the trees. So I wanted them in the garden. And I brought fish in again to my life, and then they struggled through one winter when a pump broke. And I had to bring them inside. And I think struggling through the problems with them is what drew me into the hobby, because I learned a lot. And I learned stuff I hadn't known before when I had done it the first go round in my life. And so I was drawn in immediately. And then plants, because I'd gotten into plants pretty hard, like I mentioned, later in my life. And so the fact that you could put them in the water, I didn't have to get the plastic stuff and the colorful gravel. I could put the real stuff in there. That really drew me in.
Just say no to plastic plants.
Yes. I mean, I have Oscars, and in their quarantine tanks, they've got plastic plants.
Okay, that was like a 5-part question too.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I forget the rest. What is the best part and biggest challenge? The best part of the hobby.
The best part of the hobby is probably a 2-part thing. Just the fact that it used to just be goldfish for me. And learning kind of what makes for a healthy tank kind of almost makes it universal in terms of trying new things within the hobby and new fish and new species. So that really drew me in, and that's a fun part. Obviously, there's variations here and there and learning about them. The biggest challenge is the stuff you don't know till you know, across the board, 100%.
Like how to make the boxes go away.
Learning the hard way, But I do look forward to that because I enjoy learning from my mistakes.
All right, so the next question is, how did we meet? You bought fish off my website.
Yes.
And she messaged me and said, I'm local, can I pick them up?
Yes.
And I said, yeah, just choose the local pickup option on checkout. And she was like, oh, okay.
I was getting fish from the co-op, and I'd pick them clean as far as all the different stuff that I wanted to add at that point. And I'd been watching Bob's channel and didn't realize that he was local until he let it slip in a live stream, I think. And I was like, ooh, I like to have sources that are close, just less stress on the fish as much as possible. So, yeah.
And your wireless mouse next time.
Yeah, wireless.
Put that on the list.
Put that on the list.
So yeah, that's how we met. We met in a parking lot fish deal.
Yeah, back alley fish deal.
And it was too.
I bought a lot of fish right after work. And that's how a lot of our original fish deals kind of happened. And eventually I got VIP status to come over and get them myself.
VIP. Multi-Jacker with a $10 super chat says, Happy Monday, Bob. You as well, Danny, either can answer in a big enough tank.
Happy Monday.
Pseudotropheus melanochromis go in a tank with Tropheus bemba, and absolutely in a big enough tank. I mean, would I do it? It would have to be a really large, probably like a 180 or larger for me to try it. Simply because
Thank you, BM3.
Tropheus are very expensive, and I would hate to lose them. But yeah, I mean, in a big enough tank, absolutely. Daryl Scott with a $5 super chat. First off, you are amazing, talking to you, I assume. Secondly, what is your favorite semi-aquatic plant? Mine is any species of philodendron.
Ooh, yeah. I'd have to agree with you there. If you're talking about semi-aquatic in terms of like houseplant to aquarium cross, or just in terms of like a paludarium, they both obviously work there, but I love the philodendrons. As far as my houseplants at the water, they take to the aquariums a lot better than a pothos does.
Looked like there was some delay. Anyways, so philodendron.
Yes, monsteras especially. I've got some amazing monstera roots.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
that's a
tubs.
really good one. Fish Tank Barn with the $5 super chat says, have you ever experienced any unique challenges with having your shed outdoors? I don't know about unique, but there's definitely been a lot of challenges.
Yeah, definitely been, I had this nice little bubble in my tent in the garage, and everything was so symbiotic and it flowed, and then I just changed it all up.
Symbiotico.
And there's been a lot of challenges with the change. The biggest challenge was going through the winter. It's not 100% sealed to the elements, so my heater did the best it could, but probably not hot enough for some species. Having to redo tanks really sucked in terms of seasoning or seasoned tanks. Having to start over some of the cycles just based on not having all that surface area and the good bacteria. I learned the hard way through that sometimes, but it's coming together. I've been working on stuff in there to make it, back to that symbiotic state that I like. Was that it? I'm sorry. Did I miss one?
I zoned out like 10 minutes ago. I don't even know what you were talking about.
Right.
There we go. Timothy bailing us out for the $10 super chat for the love of the channel. There are
Thank
some
you,
other
Timothy.
questions up here. How many Shelleys in a 20 long? Anything I should add as cleanup crew? Snail Team 6 and a 20 long. What kind of Shelleys? Like, I'm going to assume multis or similis because those are the most popular. But I would only start with 6 because you're going to end up with a lot more, and you're probably going to end up with some dead ones because 20 long, they're somewhat aggressive territorial fish, and lots of shells. You're going to need them. But I would start with 6 because they are like guppies, and you'll end up with a ton of them. And you'll probably end up upgrading because people with Shelleys always do. My first Shelley tank was a 9.5 gallon long, and there was about 6 of them. And then it was a 20 long, and then a 40, and then a 50, and then a 75. So that's how it goes with Shelleys.
I have no idea about Shelleys, so I zoned out a little bit there, but I hope to put together a Shelley tank in the future. Right now, I am learning a lot about them because I've got to take my time.
Globe Gaming says, how do I know when my second tank is cycled? Well, test kit, my friend, test kit. I put media from my established tank into it, and it's been going for about a week and a half. Thanks. I mean, the only way to know for sure is a test kit. Honestly, I'll take a sponge filter out of an old tank, put it in a new tank, and it's instantly cycled. But with cycled media, some things could happen. I would probably test it. The test strips are like $15 on Aquarium's Co-op's website. So get some. They're totally worth it.
I made that mistake with, taking certain tanks from the tent to the shed in terms of just thinking they'd be the same, so they could operate on the same, cycle and schedule that I had them on, and that's not the case. So definitely test strips. If I wouldn't have learned those lessons the hard way had I tested more frequently, not relied on that.
Here's a fun one. Carmel's Creation says, what is your holy grail fish? Must have not kept it yet.
For me?
Yeah, well, I assume for both of us, but probably for you.
Right now, there's so many, because I guess I've been in the hobby for a couple years, but I just recently really expanded my tanks. I had a lot of small nanos, which was really just a lot of betas. So now I have more room, and the list is huge. I don't know if I could pick just one.
Well, pick one.
I love South American cichlids. I really want to get into some more South American cichlids. Some earth eaters, some apistos. Right now they're at Bob's, or they're downstairs. I forgot that I'm here. They're at Bob's house. I have to catch them out in order to bring them home. So that's the rule. So they're not home yet. I have the 240 coming to my house.
Hopefully.
And we'll be putting some big fish in there, but I also have some really fun plans for the sump. Yeah, so many fish. I keep a list on my phone, and there's a lot.
Mine is still the same as it has been since I started YouTube, and that's the Benthachromis tricotti, which is a Lake Tanganyika featherfin, I believe. But yeah, super beautiful fish. Look it up, Benthachromis tricotti. Although the scientific name has changed, it'll still show off your one-of-a-kind shirt. Or did you wear it?
One of a kind. I don't have the one of a kind shirt because he said it was going to be one of a kind hot in here. So I just wore the hoodie, but it does have a really awesome
I gave
picture
someone
on the back.
Hey, this is a rated G stream. Come on.
Oh, it's my sweatshirt. It's awesome. I love it. T-Shot, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, and you're very welcome. I'm happy to share.
This one is for Danny, sharing her she shed with us. Always like seeing progress. Keep up the good work.
Twin City, copy and paste.
Kang Lee, come on. Come on, buddy. Come on.
It's been a long day.
Carol says, I have an amazing Aquarium Co-op hoodie. So I gave Danny a one-of-a-kind, one-of-one Aquarium Co-op
I'm so
shirt.
sturdy.
Sturdy?
Yeah. Aquarium Co-op is very sturdy too. Sorry.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Reading comments. Go ahead.
Okay. If you could collect any fish in the wild, where would you go and why? Money doesn't matter. I would go to Lake Tanganyika for sure. I want to go to Tasmania, go to Lake Tanganyika, that whole area.
I want to go to South America.
Okay. Money cannot be a problem, and safety cannot be a problem either. Then I go to Lake Tanganyika. There you go.
Okay.
That was easy. Where do you say? South America? You want to go to Peru?
Yeah.
You want to go to Brazil?
Anywhere down there. I just want to explore
Chile?
that area in general. Chile? So you like to say it.
I like Bob's sweatshirt too. Yes, this is one of one as well. Yep. It's the only
It'll
one
be vintage
ever made.
someday because
It is
I have
vintage.
sweatshirts that I've had since the 4th grade. So this will likely join the collection.
All right. Hey ho, Xana Doo-Doo. Hey ho, fishy folks. Happy Monday. Hey Bob, what are you always drinking in these lives? It's just water. It's water with, it's called Zip Fizz. Zip Fizz. Hey buddy, come on.
We have
Chance.
Chance in here with us.
Come on, buddy.
Dolbeck Aqua Designs. Hey Danny, nice to see you. Do you own any other animal or living thing? Yes.
I'll let you cover that one.
I have quite a few living things.
It's a frickin' farm over there.
I've had many living things over my lifetime, but right now, currently, I have 4 horses, 2 dogs, but we have 6 dogs on the property, 6 cats, with 1 is pregnant, if anyone needs a kitten, and then a lot of fish. So it's a full house right now, but we used to have a ton of chickens, goats, all the zoo.
It's the Brine Trip bottle, yeah. Hey,
Thank you,
Steenfott.
Samantha.
My Amazon sword, my Amazon sword and eaten a little bit,
It's a bright
and
tree
not
bottle.
pearling, some brown patches and dose with, I don't understand fish
Hey,
kids.
Steenfott, my Amazon sword has eaten a little bit and is not pearling and have some brown patches. I dose with Satcher Flourish, Seachem Flourish every couple of days. What should I do to get them growing happily?
Root tabs, my friend.
I would
Amazons are huge root feeders.
I would go root tabs versus, Easy Green or any type of flourish versus if you had to pick one.
I would stop using Flourish, honestly. That's such a waste
One
of
or
money.
the other, absolutely. But
I wouldn't
waste of your money.
I would use nothing over Seachem Flourish. It's so watered down, it's ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Carol
I know
Cox
what you
says, I
said.
have 12 horses. That's a lot of horses.
Oh, my dream.
Bob's sweater
Someday.
looks
had
sturdy
many.
as well. I don't know what this whole sturdy thing means when it comes to apparel, but I'll go with it.
I have some friends here tonight, is what that means.
Hey Bob, those kois at Corey's looks like they will be living the dream as long as they can avoid predators. They are definitely living the dream. But when I was there, they were cruising around on the surface, which is just asking for
I hear you,
trouble.
Carol.
So, yeah, hopefully they do all right. The pond is really deep. I actually went swimming in it after we released them because I was trying to get some underwater GoPro footage, and it's really deep. So they have plenty of hiding spaces. So hopefully.
It's a dream. I miss having a big koi pond like that. It's on the list.
Wait, what the heck is this for real?
What?
Look at all this from Kang Lee.
Holy
The-
King Lee. Do you want me to give?
Oh, Kang
A
Lee with
fresh
like 100
tutorial.
super chats. Holy smokes, I totally missed that, buddy. Sorry about that. with a lot of copy and paste errors. Thank you. Kelly Foreman with the $10 super chat. Hey, Danny, do you ever use CO2 in any of your tanks? I do, but I don't have a fish room.
I do not use CO2. I would love to have a CO2 tank someday. I say that, but I think beyond my fish hobby with everything I got going on, I don't know if I would honestly like a CO2 tank. Maybe someday to try.
I would also point out that you have 0 plants that require CO2.
Yeah, I like the low light plants.
CO2 is fun to do for a little bit, but after like a year or two, then I feel like everyone transitions back to like just keeping it simple.
It's fun to try.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
Corey says, I installed laser beams on the koi.
Laser beams, that would be cool. Jimmy, get on the editing with that one. That would be cool to see. You could do laser fights. K-Stu
says he should get a fly river turtle in there. That may be a possibility. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, are there any goldfish, white cloud breeds type to avoid? I wanted to keep them outside year round. Are there any goldfish, white cloud breeds?
I would not keep fancy goldfish outside in terms of kind of like the Orandas, Ranchus, some summer environments in certain regions you can, but comets, your basic goldfish, sarasas I think can.
I would keep all goldfish outside year round.
All?
Fancy or comet, I don't care.
Okay. Well, I don't like to use heaters. I really hate all that. So.
No, you don't need them.
With fancies?
No.
They can go under the ice.
They're still goldfish, yeah. Lots of people keep them outside year round.
Okay.
Lots of people.
I haven't tried that yet.
Do it. $10 super chat from Ozzy Soto says, you guys are awesome. High five.
Thank you.
Danny, you have dreams of a greenhouse in mind?
Daryl, I do have a greenhouse actually. As far as a fish greenhouse, yes, absolutely. We live on 5 acres and we've been clearing the trees back. And I say we, and I mean my other half, but he's got some more work to do, but someday I would have a nice big greenhouse for more plants, because we kind of like to homestead it up, and maybe some more ponds too.
I still got to come over and chop some wood too.
Yes, lots of that. Lots of wood right now.
Kang Lee, again, Twin Cities Guppy says, wait, what? Phone was in my pocket. Did it copy and paste or something? Another $5 super chat. Thank you. Danny's favorite fish and least favorite fish. Thanks for letting us see your fish room. Favorite fish?
You're welcome, Jeremy. Do you mean type of fish or fish in my fish room?
Just favorite fish.
Someone asked me this question. My coworker did. My favorite fish, I would probably say just by the sheer volume I have, is the betta. What got me in was koi, so pond fish in general. Beta, betta, however it comes out of my mouth at the moment is how I'm pronouncing it.
Just throwing you off a little.
I love betas, but I've really gotten into kind of small nano community type fish, so I'm loving tetras, rasboras, love cories, schooling fish in general, or shoaling fish, just groups. Community aquariums, yes.
Way by far the best type of aquarium.
Yeah, especially in a planted tank, and I do like to go like a bigger tank probably than what it typically would take, just to be able to get more of a volume of the schooling fish, just to be able to see that behavior, and I like the look of it against the plants.
Candy Overhaul says, I need wood.
Me too.
Okay, moving on. Hillbilly Aquatics with a $1 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
I mean aquarium wood, by the way.
PG. Kelly Foreman says, I keep my goldfish outside year-round in Indiana. See, there you go. I use a stock tank heater on the coldest days. Just keep a hole in the ice. I really only need it below 15 degrees.
That's amazing. What type of goldfish, I wonder? Just
the stock
I'm
tank
so nervous
heaters.
to keep them all. See, that's what I should say. I'm thankful for it because it got me into the hobby, but I did not have some goldfish fare in my aquarium. But depth of your pond makes a huge difference too, for sure. Mine were in a shallow pond originally.
It's the stratification layer. Corey taught me about that.
Yes. Thank
Sorry
you,
about the
Michael.
constant question, Steenfott, but what's the fertilizer that I could use with root tabs for my other plants that are available outside of America? I have no idea what's out. I don't know what's available outside of America because I don't shop outside of America. So I wish I could help you, buddy, but I have no idea. I guess if that's your only option is C-Chem, then that's your only option. But yeah, I don't know where you are. If you're in Canada, I think you can get Easy Green in Canada, but I might be wrong, from Amazon. But otherwise, I don't know. Betuz. Kang Lee, copy and pasting again. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Seriously, life is good. Seriously. Really, it comes out of my mouth both ways anytime I talk about it.
Okay, we're just going to move past that. Who is Candy Overhauls? What? You need to get out of here. If you don't know who Candy Overhauls is, just Google her. That's all you need to do. Multi-millionaire. Goldfish survive winters in Minnesota as well. There you go.
Wow.
See?
But fancy goldfish. Like, I want to hear from
What's-
somebody who has
What's the
a
difference?
ranchu frozen under ice every winter.
Why would it's the same fish? So would like a super red not do as well as just an albino bushy nose? Like it's the same fish. It's just different.
Okay.
They're stubby.
I'll wait.
I'm telling you. Goldfish is a goldfish.
All right.
Thanks
Frozen.
for the super chat. Twin Cities sounds like they are now Kanokoi. I don't know what that is. Fadewood. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Who is Candy? Just the best moderator.
Candy is the best moderator. Everywhere I go, Candy is knocking it out of the park.
Isn't Ranchu considered fancy? Yes. I'm just saying. What's the difference? Why would there be a difference in care between a comet, and a fancy?
Kelly Foreman, I have longtail and comet goldies. I wouldn't keep very fancy ones in my climate outside.
Well.
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a thing now. A moderator for YouTube. Okay, I learned something new. Yes, D. Anyone whose name is blue is a moderator. Anyone whose name is green is amazing.
Oh, I've never seen the green color. What does that mean?
That means they're members.
Oh, I love that it stands
See?
out.
It stands out everywhere. How does it not stand out for you?
I don't think so, but I watch from my phone, so maybe it's different. I'm usually
Bob,
running
been
around.
going through the very first videos. Why don't you awkwardly say, "Hey YouTube" anymore? Hey YouTube. I said that all the time.
'Cause of me.
Yeah. I think I quit before that, but yeah. Snail Team 6 says, I like buttered stuff. Me too, my friend. I put butter on everything.
I love butter.
Even my water. I wish Aquarium Co-op had fertilizer without nitrogen and phosphate. I would buy it in a heartbeat. Well, it sounds like dry ferts are the way to go for you. D23 Perry, welcome back to the Dream Team. I appreciate it, buddy. He said member. Yeah. Not green for
It
us.
goes
Huh.
so fast.
I wonder, it must only be green on desktop then? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the icon, next to him.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You guys see the icon. I see the green.
Yeah. It's fancy over here, guys.
I
Real
swear I'm
fancy.
good at YouTube. I swear. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Benjamin, happy Tuesday. You're clearly on the other side of the world. They overwinter Ranchu in Japan. Just don't feed them below 50. Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much how I thought it always was. You just don't feed them when it gets cold.
Well, don't do that with pond fish, but.
So, no, never mind. Freshwater Sea says it's green on my phone, so I don't know.
Huh. Maybe it's new. Or I
It
haven't
could be
paid
like
attention.
It could be like an Android Apple thing. Who
or it's
knows?
a slightly different color. I don't know.
Butter, oil, salt, pepper.
I'll have to pay attention next time.
No, they're trying to steer us
Yes,
towards food.
butter, oil, salt, pepper is my favorite. I know. I have not eaten today at all. I've had an
Okay.
abundance of coffee, so please don't.
Mick says, any epistos on your purchase wish list for now? If any episto came across my list, I would automatically buy it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Pistogramma cockatoides, but I would love to get a better variety for sure.
I want the Hansloy.
Twin Cities Guppy says, I see green on my phone. See?
I could be wrong. It's a different color than I'm. Maybe. I'll correct myself next week.
Oh, I want to say something so bad, but I won't. How is it green on your phones? Okay. Some people have green, some people don't. Anyways, just realized my membership is over. Hold up. Dollback Aqua Designs.
I think mine is too. FishKid61. Hey Danny, have you taught any
dare
tricks to your bettas, jumping, etc.? What are your thoughts on mirrors for them to flare at? I have not taught them any tricks. Some of them are very talented themselves, and I do not use mirrors. I actually have them in tanks next to each other, but I use a lot of plants both in between the tanks and inside the tanks to help create blocks. So I don't have a need for them directly, but I don't see a problem with them. In the right scenario, they might be needed.
Dolbeck Aqua Design, welcome back to the Dream Team, buddy. I appreciate it. And Rio is here. So somebody asked, when are we going to see a George Farmer aquascape out of you two? Just go to Rio's channel. I mean, seriously, that dude is amazing.
He's been putting out some videos the last couple of days. I've been watching.
You know what's crazy is that he's been putting out videos for years.
Yes.
Not just the last couple of days.
No, I've seen the notifications because I'm subscribed. I've been watching the videos. He's been putting out a lot in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that should be your aquascaping channel, because I just sit back and I toss stuff into the tank from across the room. That's my style of aquascaping.
Yeah, I tried. When I had high hopes for my first aquascaping attempts. And then the more I did it, the more I realized I have a style and it is not that. But I love the plants, so I just kind of let it be beautiful chaos and go from there.
Daryl says, yo, Rio, I'm your biggest fan. Bob, how's your fish room coming along? Well, this week we're not working in it at all because, got other stuff to do. But it's coming along pretty nicely. I'm pretty excited about it. Just got a few electrical things to tighten up. A couple more outlets to put in. Not a big deal. Super easy. And, I was worried about electrical because I've never done any type of home wiring, but it is super easy.
Well, then I'm
super easy.
Happy to hear that, because you can come show me how easy it is at mine. Because I still have to
be
do that.
fair, I already had electricity in my building. You do not, so I don't even want to go there. Ozzy, welcome to the Steen Dream Team. I appreciate it. Thank you for becoming a member. There's one more comment. Thoughts on harvesting pond snails to feed puffers? Ponds are in my mom's yard. I'm very torn. I would have no problem. No problem at all.
He wouldn't. I would, but only because I never really have. So
Yeah,
if that answers your question.
One, it's almost impossible for a disease from a snail to transfer to a fish, from any invert to a fish.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
That does make me feel better about it.
Now, parasites or tapeworms, weird stuff like that but it's not anything I would ever be worried about. But as far as like actual diseases, they can't transfer over.
Good to know. I'm trying to remember these comments.
Also fun to say, Rio Watanabe sounds like a Jedi Master. He is a Jedi Master. That's the whole point. Steenfott Aquatics, my first aquascape tank was a total disaster, but I left it the way to watch my progress. I stuffed way too many plants in a 29. See, I don't think that's possible. In my opinion, I love the jungle look. More plants, the merrier, in my opinion.
I think you can have too many plants depending on the type of fish. Like if you have a really long-finned betta, you don't want it jam-packed with plants because you want to give it some room for its finnage. Or like an angelfish, but they like plants. So as long as they have some room to swim, you can pack an area, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you have schooling fish, you got to give them some room to school.
Yeah. But
at Rio, I used to live in Singapore for a few years, and seeing your videos there makes me want to go back so much. I want to visit so bad. I want to go there really bad.
We have Thailand dreams.
Danny needs her own channel or more she shed videos. How often have you heard that?
A lot. I'm a big letdown in that department.
But I have her under contract for my channel, exclusive rights. Don't even think about it.
It's all I got the energy for.
We'll get you there someday.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
Someday. If I didn't work so much, maybe, but work is a big part of my life. So keep it to the care of the fish for the most part, and then I contract this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He records the memories.
We do have a very loose kind of business relationship agreement.
By contract, I mean no contract.
I like this duo. Oh, there is your channel, because you have started posting like shorts.
Oh, yeah. I'm all about the shorts, and it really makes me, I could go on a rant here. It really makes me mad that YouTube doesn't let you post to your little story feature until you've hit like 10,000 subscribers, and I think that's crap. So I posted on TikTok and shared it to YouTube. So there's my loop around.
Oh, you're one of those people.
For now.
A TikToker.
Eh.
Business agreement over.
Yeah.
Stay on your side. I was thinking the same thing about Danny. I completely get it.
Yeah.
It's not easy making YouTube videos.
It's really not. It's just hard. Like, I feel like I'm going to need to do like 1,000 live streams to really like pick this up. But to a certain degree, I always want to remain authentic. I don't want to be rehearsed. But watching videos back sometimes, it's like, I hope this gets easier.
Bob, are you and Danny a couple?
We are not.
Couple of boneheads.
I am a married woman.
What's your channel? I think it was linked.
It's just Danidoeslife.
Your husband is in my members only like welcome video. So if you click on like to join,
Yeah.
and there's like it plays a video, it's like it's an actual members only video, so it's not like a join to be a member, but I think you can watch the whole thing. And,
Eating crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you guys can't hear the dogs. Shrimping ain't easy. All right, what else we got going on here? Here in
BJ
Europe.
Palmer. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, here in Europe, epistles cost $25 a pair. That's cheaper than here. Up to
That's
500. Okay, that's a little more expensive.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this. Banshai?
Benshai.
Benshai.
I mean, that's just what I say.
Benshai and Hongsley, those are the two that I would like to try.
Yep. So Benshai is called the Inca 50. Zen Ginger says, I'm
Sounds like
following
a car
Danny
motor.
on TikTok. I know, it's like the
Oh, boy.
weirdest common name ever, Inca 50, but yeah. More like, are you and Danny brother and sister?
I think at this point, yeah, we spent
Come on, bro.
Spent a lot of time.
I'm looking for a
Cash.
fish to feed my snail and guppy calls to. Any recommendations on something that will fit in a 20-gallon? You could do like a single angelfish if you want. Any dwarf cichlid would take care of it as well. Who here is in New Zealand? Not me.
BJ Palmer. I was just reading your comment and it just went out of the view, but
Let's get it back. BJ Palmer, where did it go?
Zen Ginger.
Candy, I remember the live stream, so I'll have to finish mobs. No,
No.
that can't be it.
Nope.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
Where was it?
Scroll down.
Oh, Danny, my tank filled with Ludwigia. My beta was surfing from hole to hole in the mat of plants. He and the shrimp had tunnels through the mess. Embarrassing but true. Tossed most of it. Ready again. Hey, you know, in some cases, they love that. They love a good, like, hidey hole, if that makes sense. I've got
hole.
some that hang out in little caves or in, like, the mats of plants that I let kind of float around. So chop it back, leave a little. You just have to stay up on it, unfortunately. But if they love it and it doesn't hinder them, why not?
I'm going to say there's nothing as cool. Well, I mean, there's lots of stuff that's cool, but as a gigantic mat of Ludwigia, especially when it grows out of the tank.
Stem plants are my kryptonite. I'm working on it. Ludwigia, round 7.
Oh, we can fix that.
Coming
I'll get
to
you
you.
set up. Super easy plant to grow. We'll do it. Michael Phelps, welcome to the Steen Dream Team. Phillips, not Phelps.
I know. I was
I
like,
know. It's a swimmer.
welcome. Sorry.
What the? Dive right into memberships. Trying Trying to figure out if I want to get another and try to breed. Mine is so aggressive it makes me a tad hesitant. I mean, breeding is fun, but they are aggressive. Trying to figure out. Oh, I just read that one.
Is there a delay? Sorry.
Some.
I just watched you dive over there. Sorry.
Yes. So on this screen, we're real time. On this screen, we're watching it actually on YouTube.
Oh.
So that you will get a delay over there.
Oh.
Yeah, fancy.
Fancy.
Or stupid. I don't know. Steenfott Aquatics looking to start a 10-gallon. What rainbow fish works best? Man, the only thing I would put in a 10-gallon is pseudomcgills. Gertrude, Luminatus are my favorite. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep any other rainbow in there.
The blue eyes are really nice and they stay small. You can get a good little school of them, tiny school of them in a 10-gallon. It'd be pretty.
So MD3631 says, your opinions on fasting fish for 1 day a week to clear their systems and get them eating better. Is this something you do?
I did see this question earlier. I think they just re-asked the question. So I think my opinion on it, I fast my fish intentionally and not intentionally sometimes, to be very honest. But no, I do think it's good for them in terms of if there's an issue, if you feel like they're not eating, there might be a little bit more to it. But I think it can kind of be a case-by-case scenario.
I fast my fish every Sunday. That's
I
it.
don't have a schedule. Some fish I go every other day. Just depends on the tank.
Sunday is my day of rest.
All across the board.
All across the board.
That explains a
Fish,
lot.
dogs, me, everyone. Day of rest.
DWS no. Danny, what? Oh, sorry, I'm blind. What was the pros and cons of the tent you used to have? I bought one for mine and am in transition 20 aquariums into a 10x10. That's awesome. There is a lot of pros to the tent. I miss it in a lot of ways. It really helps to contain the heat. If you're someone like me that likes to keep houseplants with your tanks, in your tanks or around them, it really made for a good environment. It helped soak up some of the excess humidity. Humidity can be a problem if the vents are closed and if the vents aren't closed or if you're not using lids. So you definitely want to have some sort of a plan for that. And the nice part about it is there's all sorts of like openings, for the vents and stuff that you can put run, extension cords and stuff and keep a lot of your electrical out. Another pro is when I overflowed tanks during water changes, it confined it all to the tent and I kept a nice stash of towels. It was good for keeping the heat through the winter. We heat the garage anyways because it's a gym, so it helped make it even warmer in the tent.
Okay, I'm going to bust through a couple of these really quick.
Okay.
Really quick. Can Praycocks even go in a 10-gallon? Negative. Fancy or stupid? I don't know. I like it. Now I just lost all the ones I wanted to read real quick. Benchai, $40 for a medium-sized pair.
Like
The common bred Hongsloi is the same price. Super red Hongsloi is $80. Now, I will say I can get, well, no, I can't say that because, anyways. Pseudo babies them into a 20. Pseudo babies then into a 20. Sure. I would only put pseudos in a 10-gallon. Yes. Do you? Oh, here's the one I want to read. Do you fast the fry as well? If I had fry, I would not fast them.
No.
I do. So I have like endlers and guppies that obviously have fry, and they get fasted. But that's about it. It's specific fish that I'm breeding. I don't fast the fry. So I guess I should have.
Not actively breeding in my fish room right now since I'm in the process of setting it up. So I'm more so in just kind of a maintenance period.
And Bob Vance of Vance Refrigerations is moving to Texas at the end of July.
Ooh.
Wow. Are you taking all the tanks that you got from me? That kind of sucks, but I'm jelly. Only of the housing costs are significantly cheaper. What do you think about keyhole cichlids? I think they're awesome. If you have the right setup for them, you should definitely get them. You won't be disappointed. Leaving because I'm moving to Washington. Yep, that's it. Super chill. All right, Kyle Morrison, welcome to the Steen Dream team. I appreciate it. Amphibious Boggs with a $5 super chat. Will you ever do another Bigfoot camp out again? I loved the sounds you recorded. It was beyond magical. Yes, Jimmy and I have some stuff planned out We're just waiting for nicer weather because, I mean, we've camped a lot this winter in the rain, and we're kind of over it. So, yeah, we're just kind of waiting. We can only film rainy camps so many times and make it interesting. So, plus when it's not raining, we can actually go out and explore and do other stuff. So, yep, come spring, we'll start getting way more content on the outdoor channel.
Dolbeck Aqua's taken off for the night to do water changes, but asked what my favorite little thing about the new shed is. Besides the fact that I have more room to expand in the hobby, I've been setting up some of the lights and music and stuff on auto, and it's been fun to hang out in there. It's really my anti-stress place, my little zen den, as I like to call it. So that's my favorite thing about it. At first, it didn't flow the same way as the tent, but it's getting there, which makes me happy.
Zenginger says, "Oh, Bob, my Thunder Aquatics."
Have a great night, Susan.
I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Thunder
Says
Aquatics.
my quad red cockatoides. That's what we got. We got them from the Thunder Aquatics.
Oh, yeah.
Are having babies like crazy. I lost the first batch in the freeze, but I sucked some up with a baster from spawns now and probably have 30 babies. Those are really, really good fish.
That's amazing.
You should send me some.
I have to fish them out of his 125 in order to get my little colony going, so it's on the list.
Camping in the rain is no fun. Much harder to hike in the rain. I do like hiking in the rain. That's actually one of my favorite things to do. Camping is not so bad every once in a while, but it was like 6 times in a row for us.
I love to camp and hike and all of that stuff when the weather permits.
Oh, we are going on a collecting trip
Yes, we are.
for hardscape one of these weekends.
Yes.
So we will definitely be making a video, but that'll be on this channel.
I'm in the process of, obviously, with setting up the new tanks in the shed, and I'm now on the process of needing the hardscape portion of the setup. And I want to get into plecos, so I know I need some wood.
All right, young Aquarium to gaming, nice kid. Okay. Oh, this is what I wanted to answer. Jacob says, "How do I know if I'm feeding my fish the right amount of food? Don't want to overfeed or underfeed." I'll be honest, it's really hard to underfeed your fish. I only feed my fish once a day. A lot of people do it in the morning, at nights, and they end up with hair algae and all this other stuff, and then wonder why they have it. You gotta think, like, fish are grazing all day long. Once your tank is established and seasoned, and there's biofilm on stuff, they'll be picking at stuff all day long in addition to the food you feed them. So I would feed just once a day a small amount, and you can tell when a fish is like starving out. They get the sunken belly, and they just don't look healthy. If your fish are nice and round and fat, I wouldn't worry about it. Thoughts, opinions, comments?
I agree. Yep.
I agree.
My tubs, I just moved inside from outside, so they're still pretty established. And the guppies and the white clouds, they've got a good little basis of, food in there. T-Shot asks, sorry if this was asked already, Dan. What is your Dan?
Hey, Dan.
That works. What's your favorite low-tech plant? I love crypts. All crypts. All of them. They work really well in my water, so I think that's why I love them. And I don't like to turn the plant lights or the aquarium lights on a lot. I keep the plant lights on most of the time, and they do well in the low light. Or I love Philippine Java Fern. They do well in my water too.
Ken's Fish, welcome back, buddy. I appreciate it. Becoming a member again. Christine with the $5 super chat says, really enjoying this live. Thank you both. We've been trying to do this for a while. We were trying to come up with a solution to do it in your shed.
Yeah.
However, there's just not good enough internet in that area. Kind of out in the
someday
in the thick of it.
We'll keep chopping the trees.
Freshwater Sea says, erythromycin for cyanobacteria, does it actually work? I don't use anything but a blackout. I'll cover the tank for 3 days and it's always gone. So erythromycin does work, but erythromycin is also really expensive. So blackout is free, erythromycin is not. And if you have plants, they're perfectly fine going a week without light. But like I said, usually 3 days and it's gone.
I've never dealt with it.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure.
It's not fun, but it is easier to get rid of than most algae, thankfully.
Seems to be one of the first in a lot cases.
Suggestions for lighting a planted lowboy.
Great question.
It really depends on where it's set up, because you don't want the light close to the tank at all, because it's only 10 inches. So if you have like a light going across, like a 4-foot light going across it, like a Phoenix or a Fluval, whatever, you're gonna get tons of algae. There's literally like no spread, so you'll end up with like an entire just row, like a 4-inch row of algae. So you really got to get the light up. I like spotlighting it, you know, get some hanging lights on top of them, but that's just me.
That's what I'm working on right now, is lighting, and the low boy shelf on the racking system is the last one to do. And I'm going to have to suspend it from above, but that works out good because I want to do some spotlights.
Danny, does your husband enjoy fish as well, aquariums?
Once upon a time before me, he was really into horses and he was really into fish. And then now that he's been in my life, it's not really his first love. He appreciates.
Well, now you're his first love.
I'm his first love.
Aww.
Oh, yeah. No, we're really big on each other, following our hobbies and our passions. So we let each other play through life a little bit. We don't have kids, so for me, animals and plants are my passions in a lot of ways. But he supports greatly. He feeds the horses a lot.
And someday he might show up on our outdoor channel.
Yes, he's the outdoorsman. He would be perfect for that channel. He's my hunter-gatherer.
I use hanging lamps on my lowboy. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
BJ says, I hated camping in the rain. Nothing nastier than a bunch of kids playing in the mud and making a huge freaking mess.
Yeah.
Sleeping bags, tents. Yeah, a muddy tent is honestly like the biggest thing I hate.
CPEL, Crips don't like me, but I think it's because I do dirted tanks and have been putting too deep of a sand cap.
I did crypts and swords in my dirty tank, but my cap was only about 1 inch, and it was gravel instead of sand. People love capping dirt with sand. I don't know why. I used gravel. I've capped dirt with Eco Complete as well, and which that gives you amazing results. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I don't have any dirted tanks, just aqua soil mixes, so I'm not quite sure on that one. It could be a water thing too.
My 300-ish gallon tank is gonna be dirted. It's gonna be awesome.
I have a hair in my mouth, sorry.
Okay.
Turn the technical difficulty thing on again.
Are you really?
This fan. Good. I was kidding, sorry.
Oh, let's play the rainbows.
And now, on with the show.
There. All right.
Zen, they don't have kids now. The free time makes sense. I don't have kids, but I have 11 animals.
Yeah, you don't have free time either.
It's not the same at all, but definitely don't have free time.
Anyone else hear a dog? Yes, my Doberman barks at anyone who walks on the sidewalk.
I advocated hard for them all to be in the room, but he said no.
Nope.
Just
Nope.
chance.
Yeah, we have one dog in
It's
here.
chaos.
And this is the only dog-free zone in the house. And I gave in. Boy, he's so cute. How could you say no to this guy?
He is.
How do I clean rocks from my creek and put them into the aquarium?
Ooh, I just worked on that last weekend.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I do nothing.
He does nothing.
Nothing.
I have used a couple different methods, depending. If it's local, I do the rinse and sunbake method. And by local, I mean my property. I've brought some home from my mom's creek, and just in case, did a little, leave them out in water and bake in the sun, add a little tiny bit of hydrogen peroxide. But sometimes I've done nothing. But I don't ever use medications, which I know some people can do or have done.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would do is hot water or hydrogen peroxide, H2O2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use bleach. I don't use bleach on anything. I'm not a big fan of bleach. I know you love bleach. I'm not a fan of bleach.
But I rinse everything with Prime.
Carol says, with quarries, do you cap your dirt with sand or gravel? I have quarries in my dirty tank, but to be fair, the gravel I used was like really rounded and somewhat polished, so there was no sharp edges at all.
I've kept them on all different substrates, but I think they definitely prefer a sand or a smooth pebble.
The key with quarries is keeping them fed.
Yeah.
If they are fed, there's no need for them to really dig around in sharp gravel. Like, that's just not natural behavior. Like, hey, I'm going to go cut up my barbs today.
Thank you, Zen. That helps me a lot because I'm a little... I don't want to look at this one the whole time, but I'm a little blind.
Wait, what?
Sorry, she was just saying to type at your name for questions to get so they'd be seen.
I gave you this nice big 40-inch monitor over here.
I know. It just feels... the camera's there.
Please type at Steenfott Aquatics with your questions. Make sure to highlight... Oh, that's what you just said. All right.
Can someone can take some of my kids. I have a small village, some people tell me.
And you're making another small village, I hear. That's the rumor.
Oh, man.
Kang Lee, good to see you, buddy. I feel like I haven't talked to you forever. I can't wait till we can hang out again. He's like his whole family, like the nicest people ever.
I have some Kang Lee guppies.
Do you?
I think so. The ones I got through you.
Oh yeah, I got Kang Lee's guppies, and then you got some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
I have lots of them.
What possible ways can you get rid of staghorn algae? Hydrogen peroxide. Spot treat it with hydrogen peroxide and it'll die.
Staghorn, I don't think I've never seen
It's
that one.
very similar to, as far as getting rid of it, blackbeard algae.
Never had that one either.
Wow. I guess you're just the master horticulturist.
Nope. Too many water changes, I think.
Caleb says, I got a 75-gallon tank today, going to put in rainbows in it eventually once it's set up and cycled, my largest tank yet, and number 7. That's good. That's one of my favorite size tanks. Fake sand from PetSmart is awesome for quarries.
Yeah, they like mine. I have the pet. I don't know if it's the same. I have the Petco sand, but.
Any advice on fluorite Seachem? I don't like fluorite personally. I think it's the last time actually, it's been a couple years, but every time I've tried it, it's been insanely dirty, like the dirtiest substrate I've ever got in my life. So
Fluorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I don't like it. I'd rather much get Eco-Complete.
I personally like to mix fluval stratum with Eco-Complete and a little bit of sand and gravel, make like a mix, and then cap it with whatever you choose.
So Ruben says, can I feed tetras springtails as a live food source? In my experience, some tetras will eat them and some don't. One of the biggest challenges with springtails is getting your fish to see them. I've noticed in tanks that I don't have a top on, if I feed springtails, like nothing goes after them. But as soon as I put like a top on it, and I don't know if there's some kind of reflection, it just helps them see it better, but they'll go after it. But it's really hard to say on tetras. Like some tetras I had wouldn't touch them and others went crazy. They are really good for hatchet fish though. Hatchet fish love them. Babass Lady says, I'm enjoying this stream so much. Thank you, YouTube Dynamic Duo.
Thank you.
Steenfott Aquatics, best and fastest carpeting, pH 8.2. Well, there's no such thing as a fast carpeting plant, in my opinion. You can grow faster with highlight and CO2. But if I had to pick one, I would say probably like a micro or a dwarf chain sword. Swords grow the fastest for me.
I haven't had a lot of luck with carpeting plants myself because I don't run a CO2 system, so I'm looking to try that suggestion this go around.
So someone says, do you use hydrogen? Someone. Who is this someone? Oh, Michael. Do you use hydrogen peroxide on Hydra? I use a Rainbowfish on Hydra. I have very sparingly, but my tanks I feed LBBS. I struggle with it except on my higher pH tanks. Advice, throw some rainbows in there. That's terrible, terrible advice. But I've had Hydra twice, and both times my Rainbowfish just demolished them.
They do keep a clean tank, that's for sure.
But I would be interested if you do try Hydra or H2O2 on Hydra. Let me know how it works out.
Thank you, Regina.
I'd be very, very interested to find out. Regina Flanges with the $25 super chat says, thanks for everything. I love it when Bob features Danny in his videos. She's
Oh,
a
you're
true
sweet.
inspiration.
That's sweet.
Aww.
I didn't read that part.
You gotta read the whole thing.
I'm just a girl figuring my way through it.
I really like the plain sand, but could you get darker colors with a dark background? Yes. That is the only way to do it, in my opinion. Black substrate, black background will make fish way more colorful. Way more. Oh, there we go. Commenting for the algorithm. That's one of my favorite comments ever.
What?
Trogdor Dog says, commenting for the algorithm.
Oh,
Get that engagement up. And don't forget to like. We only have 167 likes.
160. I can't. Where do you see this stuff?
That's right there. Now we have 168. There's 320 people, 168 likes, 6 new members. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Or rejoined members. Still same thing.
I might have to rejoin myself. My credit card expired.
You cannot be on the stream if you're not a member. I better see that pop up, tell you what. The Val question, Patrick, yeah. Ooh, Val question? Val? I don't see it. I really like plain sand, but oh, I already read that one. All right. Had any good pie lately, Bomb? Never. Never have I ever had good pie.
I'm gonna make him a mincemeat.
I don't know what that is, but if it's got meat in it, I'll try it. As long as there's not like pie stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. It's a meat pie.
I have 2 angels, 6 black widow, and 2 angels, 6 black widows. Like, I don't know what those are, to be honest. 6 lemon tetras and a bristlenose pleco and 4 cories. Can I add a pair of trio and German blue rams to what size tank fish, kid? If you mentioned that earlier, I'm sorry, but I forgot.
We're good.
I haven't seen it pop up on the stream yet.
I already did. Says I'm a member.
Mm-hmm. If you say so,
Says I'm
I'll
good.
believe you. Trogdordog04 says, I'm internet famous now. Yep.
You're welcome.
Kyle's Aquarimetrics says, are you and Corey going to go snorkeling in that new pond to find those koi? When I was swimming around in it, I told him, I need goggles and I need a snorkel.
You can come swim in mine.
Yours is only like a foot deep. I'm not swimming in that.
Not this time of year, it's not.
Well, then it's only like 4 feet deep. His goes over my head, so it's actually fun to swim in.
Yeah, that's a big pond.
You need to go to the UK, Australia, and New Zealand and get really good meat pie. I would go to those places regardless. I really want to go to the UK, I really want to go to Australia, and I really want to go to New Zealand. Just to check it out. It's basically meat
concur.
and usually some onions. Do Danny's cats bother her aquariums at all? Well, they sure bother me, but...
Yes and no. Once upon a time, I only had a few cats, and it was a beautiful thing. Lately, there's been quite a few, and they're rather rambunctious. But now with them all being out in the shed, as long as I keep the cats out, which they all want to get in, it doesn't seem to be too much of a problem.
This comment makes me really happy. Thanks for all the advice you share. My psychologist who got me into the aquariums to see if it helped with my PTSD. That's super awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome. I love those kind of comments. Seized Carcass 84 says, are you going to do summer tubs? I really want to see Jungle Bow one because I think it would be cool view from the top down. If I could go grow Jungle Bow, I would do it.
I was going to say the same thing. We are going to be doing summer tubs. You are.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I know I am. As far as Jungle Val, oh man, I wish. It doesn't seem to work well with my water / skill.
Yeah, so, there's something about it. I hate it so much. I hate it. And I am a master horticulturist.
So he should be able to do it.
Yeah, that's how much I hate Jungle Bow. Steenfott Aquatics, losing my cherry shrimp one a day for the last 3. Ammonia spiked. Did a 20% H2O change. Just restarted. Just retested and KH and pH have crashed. Babies, a few adults still alive. What to do? Well, you're definitely gonna need to get the ammonia out of there. It sounds like you lost your cycle for sure. If you can remove as many living organisms as you can until it gets cycled again. I don't know if you have any other tanks or what your scenario is, but you definitely lost your cycle. You could do like daily water changes and use prime or safe, and that might work to get them through there. If it was me, I would remove them. If you had, I mean, go to Home Depot and buy like a $10 20-gallon tub or something if you don't have another aquarium. Although that doesn't make much sense because that wouldn't be cycled either. But at least they'd be out of the ammonia. They'd be out of the ammonia. Christine Richardson, welcome to the Steen Dream Team. I still haven't seen Danny's name show up there, but
It said I was already still a member. I don't know. I got a new card.
Oh,
I thought
well
I'd
then
have
you
to.
never unmembered then.
I thought if the card expires, you have to redo it.
Well, there you go. I lose myself in thought almost every night staring into my 46 as I drift off to sleep. It's such a soothing thing. Soothing thing.
Life is good, yes. My cats bother my plants more than my fish tanks, for sure. So now all the fish tanks
One of
and
your
all the
cats
plants are out there.
Jumped in my window as I was driving.
Yep. That would be Groot.
Yep, Groot. Amanda, I have 1.0 ammonia and 20 nitrates. It sucks. Yeah, she just got to do the water changes. I would definitely use safe or prime to detoxify that stuff, but that's kind of my only suggestion. Sorry.
I've never used safe, but I would like to try it. I've used prime.
It's way better.
That's what he said.
Well, I'm not going to say it's way better, but it's way more economical.
Yes.
Way more economical. Hey, we passed 200 likes. All
Another
right.
cat lady. Yes.
If I have 2 angels, 6 lemon tetras, and 6 black widow tetras, I have no idea what that is.
Black
As well as a
widow?
bristlenose pleco and 4 cories and a 52 gallon, could I add a pair or trio of German blue rams? You really have nothing going on in the bottom of that tank. Plecos, not really. They're not going to bother anyone. Cories, not a big issue. I mean, you can certainly try it. I don't see anything bad happening with that. Kyle Morrison, welcome to the club. We're just like sitting here reading. Audrey Bamberger, get a tub from Lowe's. Hey, that's what I said. And go to a local fish shop and see if they will give you an old filter to cycle the tub. Technically, you could still use your current filter because it doesn't sound like you have any type of diseases or anything. You just have to reestablish the cycle is all. So you can use, take this, if you have a sponge filter, just take it out, move it over, whatever. Ever done Malawi cichlids outside? Yes, I did them last year. And yes, it ended horribly. So no, I will not do it again. However, if I was in like Florida or Texas or anywhere down there, or anywhere that was warm all the time, I would absolutely do it. They look so good in the sunlight. It's amazing. All African cichlids look really good. They're so colorful.
Someday.
Black skirt. Now that makes way more sense than black widow.
Oh, yeah.
Joel G. Speaking of New Zealand, shout out to Corey. I will remain the king of cords. I don't know what that means. Like corduroids?
King of cords. If it's what I think it is, it has to do with
corduroids.
all the cords from the electronics that go into a fish room, if I'm guessing right.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I've been wrangling cords all week. But
why Corey?
Maybe he said something about it.
I don't know. I don't watch that channel. Are you kidding me? Steenfott Aquatics. I heard your confusion with the black widow tetras. I think they're also called black skirt tetras. Thank you for clarifying. Trogdor Dog commenting again for the algorithm. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bob, that's from my tap. 1.0 ammonia, which I suspect may actually be chloramine they use. Isn't there like some sort of law that regulates how much ammonia can be? I feel like that's too high. I don't think there should be ammonia in tap water at all.
I don't know.
Corey thinks he can outmess me with cords. Not going to happen. Yep, I'm moving my live stream setup and Joel has me beat for the rat's nest of cords. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh my gosh.
The
I gotta
rat's
go put a
nest
stop
of
to that.
cords. Oh.
Okay.
Just let him in here.
It's all you
He
now.
can sit on my lap.
It's all you now.
I've been working on the rat's nest of cords too. For all the lights that are on in that shed, I'm actually only
What's
running
wrong,
off
buddy?
of 2 outlet. So electrical's on the list. Some of it runs I have one cord going to the shop to not blow up my shed, but I'm pushing the limits. Is Bob going to get a weather loach? I don't know if Bob is, but I would like one. Yeah, poor puppy. He's a whiner. Arlo comes to hang out at my house when Bob goes camping, and he gets sad. He misses him.
All right. Don't let him down by your feet,
Why?
because that's where all my cords are.
Okay.
And you're the one that wants me to let him go, so it's all on you. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Additional
There you
strategic
go.
comment.
There you go. You can do it.
Oh,
You
he got
too.
deleted.
Oh, no.
Hi. You say hi?
About to get crazy. Okay, I'm back.
Oh,
Hopefully you
it's
can
a
hear me.
party now.
Oh. Nobody can see this party. Got the co-op test strips today. Game changer for me. Bye-bye API test kit. Yeah. Those are by far the best.
I'm almost out of my strips, so I need to get some.
Good.
Perfect timing.
Maybe I'll give some away next week on the stream. Maybe.
Maybe. Hi, buddy.
Are there any fish you regret getting? I got a jewel cichlid once, and that lasted about a week, and I took it back. So, yeah. What about you?
I regret getting fish in specific types, more so than one specific fish that didn't.
Like Colombian tetras?
Yeah. Yeah. I regret the Colombian tetras for sure.
Thank you always, Bob. Will blackout made for algae be a good thing for... Will blackout mode for algae be a good thing for hitting up even the tough stuff? Oh, Danny, how do you feel about the Beastie Boys?
Oh, the Beastie Boys brings me back to middle school in a Honda Civic hatchback. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, now I forgot about the first part. The Beastie Boys threw me off. Blackout mode for algae be a good thing for hitting up even the tough stuff? Yeah. I mean, well, not like green spot algae. That's never going to go away with a blackout. That stuff is the worst. At a school of pandas, 30 ember tetras and 20 neons in a 20. A couple of weeks ago, I started losing neons daily, and I'm down to 2. Parameters are good. Any signs of disease? Any ideas? I mean, that honestly just sounds like neon tetras to me.
Yeah.
There is something called neon tetra disease that you might want to look into. If you just go to YouTube and type neon tetra, I think it's like the second or third video that comes up from Aquarium Co-op. And it says it's like the truth about neon tetra disease or something like that. I would recommend giving that a watch, and you might get some ideas from that. See, also I've never kept a
you just have to
tetra.
let the chaos happen, and
That's kind of weird.
you never what?
Andrew
Never
says
kept a
I've
tetra?
never kept a tetra. Wow,
Really? I wonder what you keep.
pretty bizarre. What Colombian tetras are awesome? Did you have them with little guys or something? She's just had some bad luck with her group.
Yeah.
They are awesome. They're one of my favorite tetras. And actually the Colombian and Bleeding Heart tetras are some of my favorite.
I loved them. I love them. I feel for them badly right now. I've been struggling.
Kyle says, Steenfott, what does Danny recommend for community schooling fish in a 75-gallon? I have rummies and cardinals. Rainbowfish. Rainbowfish.
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me.
would go for a bigger fish. I would go for a rainbow fish. They definitely can handle the larger schools of tetras in a big tank like that. Would be a good size. And what I found, so I moved the rainbow fish, my goiter rivers, from the 125 down to a 75 when that tank broke, and they're now in a very heavily planted 40, and they look amazing. Their colors have popped with the plants. but not as many fish as there used to be.
My recent splurge was a Dolphoy Corys. So excited to watch them
Ooh.
grow up. Those are really
I
nice.
like those, yeah.
Those are on my list to breed. Neon Tetra disease. Aliens did it. Facts. Yep. Aliens did it. Red poop came out of my angelfish. Only red food was krill flakes, and the community crave is definitely. Wait.
Huh?
In the community crave, is this definitely parasites? Eric, krill will make fish poop red. So I wouldn't just automatically jump to parasites. I mean, it's really something we can't diagnose over the internet, but I just wouldn't automatically make that jump to parasites or anything wrong with it.
Alex, I have never kept dojo or weather loaches, so I'm not sure on that. Has anyone else kept them outside?
I think he's saying that they will.
Oh,
Yeah, dojos and weather loaches can go super cold.
awesome.
And they get pretty big.
All right.
I have 3 Millennium Rainbows coming tomorrow. Carol, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You need about 20 more. Where are you getting them from? I'm kind of curious, if you don't mind answering. I think I may do silver tip tetras with angels when I start that tank. Silver tip tetra is definitely another fish that's very underrated, specifically tetras. Oh my gosh.
Beth Helm asks, how many tanks do you have, Danny? You know how many tanks I have. Beth Helm helped me build the fish shed.
Oh, is that Beth?
Yes.
That's funny.
But I don't actually, unless I sit here and I count for a little bit, I'm not exactly sure, but
When
I
was the
think
last
I'm
time she
about
was in there?
30-ish. A couple weeks ago.
Okay, so she's up to date.
She's seen it. Yeah. 30-ish, somewhere around there.
I currently have 1 female betta, cherry shrimp, panda corydoras, apistogramma, platies, Danios, hillstream loaches, and endlers. Never kept a tetra, but don't know if I would like to. Wow. That's so bizarre. I don't know why. It just seems really bizarre to me.
I love tetras.
I feel like
hoping to get more schools.
outside of like goldfish and bettas, I feel like tetras are like the first fish people normally get.
They were one of the first for me.
Hey.
Tesla Killdozer.
Holy smokes, a $10 super chat. My favorite tetras are black skirts. I'm doing a water change right now in my 55-gallon planted angelfish tank. I have a school of 20 black skirts with them.
That seems like a good combo.
I will say I've never kept black skirt tetras before.
I haven't either.
But large schools of any fish is really awesome. So I'm pretty sure it's pretty sweet.
My first aquariums featured, I actually went straight for beta sororities.
For your first?
My first 2 tanks, yeah, one of them was I had 2 males and a 125, heavily planted 125. And so I didn't keep any tetras with long fins or a lot of long finned fish for that reason. So now I'm looking to get a few different types.
Recently purchased some wild-caught frontosa for 150-gallon aquarium. The vendor has 2 different collection points of benthachromis. They are out there, Bob. Yeah, but they're like $200 a piece. That's the problem. And, you can probably... I've seen them as cheap as $80, but they're not great shippers. Like, they're very fragile because most of the time they're coming in as very small fry. And, yeah, they're just really fragile shippers. So when I spend that much on a fish and they could potentially have issues shipping, it really just makes me nervous. So that's why I've never pulled the trigger. I've seen them for sale here and there, but it's just... I'm a little jaded about my first experience with Cyprichromis, a Paracyprichromis, which are kind of the same way, really fragile, don't ship well. And it took me about 4 shipments to get one that actually had some survive. Joel Campbell with the $1 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What are you laughing at?
What am I laughing at? Fish kid.
Random person says he will give you a big fish tank. That's awesome. I'll take it. Random person, it's full of silver dollars. Yeah.
No, thank you.
I know people love silver dollars, but that's a fish I wish was not in the hobby.
It's not on my list.
Same with like common plecos and a bunch of other stuff. Do either of you have any Medeca rice fish? Never kept any, but I've loved them ever since Corey mentioned them a few years ago. So I bought them last fall, probably around September, August, October, somewhere around there. And they all came in the mail with just covered in ick, and they were just all too far gone, so I could not save them. Outside of that, no.
I have not yet.
Any experience with silver tip tetras? I heard they can be aggressive with each other. Thanks. So one of the key things is the more the merrier. I've never had I have kept silver tip tetras, but they were not aggressive towards each other at all. If you don't keep them in large enough schools, that's when tetras in general will start fin nipping. Not all of them, but there's a lot of them that will fin nip if you only have like 3 or 4. So just get as many as you have room for. Oh, this is an interesting question. So Extreme is not sold on Amazon, right? So here's our question. Daryl says, is the Extreme food on Amazon legit? I'm cheap, so I like ordering from Amazon, but I don't think it's legit. I never see Corey using Amazon sold Extreme food. So the food that's sold on Amazon is actually purchased from vendors like Corey, and then they mark it up and just resell it. If you're finding Extreme food on Amazon that's cheaper than Corey's, I would be highly suspicious. Yeah. So the last time, it's probably been about a month since I've looked, but like the krill flakes were like $20 some. It was ridiculous. If I remember right. I could be misremembering, but it was way more expensive. And the only reason I know this is because I actually messaged Corey, and I was like, dude, the prices on here are insane. He's like, yeah, that's because they're buying from me and just turning around and selling it on Amazon. So they're not, it may be legit food, but they're not legit vendors. But if it's like, it's just one of those things, if it's too cheap, like, it's probably not legit. There's a saying about that. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. I don't know. If it said like shipped and sold by Amazon, even I would still be like, I don't know.
There's a lot of that right now, the reselling going on with Amazon. It's a good side hustle for some people.
I really like diptail pencilfish for my schoolers and shoalers. And great alternative to tetras.
I'm looking to get a pencilfish school.
What about headstanders?
I've seen those.
They're very interesting. I've never kept them.
They are interesting.
Interesting. Alphabet Girl says, not possible. The coop has the best price faux show. Faux show. What were your first fish? My first fish were gold lyre-tail mollies and Synodontis petricola. Wow, going for Synodontis on your first shot. That's pretty sweet.
Mine were goldfish and koi.
I don't know what mine were. Oh, was there more to that?
It's all right. Go ahead. This is your show.
I heard like a little pause, so I just went for it. I don't know what my first were, but I can guarantee you they were bala sharks, rainbow sharks, red tail sharks, anything shark related I bought as a kid. I was that bad. Great.
It's WWE going on over there.
Seas Carcass says, what is your favorite fish food? Mine is Extreme Nano. Yes, mine is Extreme Nano as well.
I like the Nano.
A lot of people say the flake. No, I'm all about the Nano. The flake is good, and I use the both flakes and the Nano just for some variety. But the Nano has the most protein as far as I remember.
Pencilfish, yes, that's what I want to try.
No, you need the coral red.
I know, I want
or the red
those.
arc or something like that.
But I'd like to try a few.
Speaking of tetras, black phantom tetras are sweet. Rich, I really like the red phantom tetras. I would love a gigantic school of like 100 of them.
Yeah, I like the reds too.
Alex says, Dean is supplying Corey with good orange Medeca. Yeah, Corey has those as well already. Obviously, if Dean is supplying them. Yeah, they both, I guess what I'm trying to say is they both have them. I know Dean sells them and takes them to the coop to sell. But yeah.
We got to see them he had them in an indoor pond in his fish room.
I thought they were in a pond on his porch.
And inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We got to make it back there someday.
Yes.
So we did the fish room tour of Dean's, but he has so much more that's not in his fish room that we need to. Maybe he'll let us back when things aren't so crazy.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. Too much to see and like take in one day.
When I was a little kid, my dad let me have a wagtail platy in the tank. Oh, first fish.
Oh.
First fish.
Nice. I haven't had platies yet.
Cease Carcass says the Nano is much less messy and has so much protein. That's the only reason I love it, just because of the protein. It's like 48% versus like 30-some% of the krill. Alphabet Girl says, I'm on that Hikari cichlid staple and flugel bottom feeder kick at the moment. I view Hikari foods like McDonald's. They are, I think they're like the McDonald's of the fish world. Like, it's a good treat every once in a while, but if you eat it all the time, then you're gonna get bloated and fat.
I do see some bloat if you feed it too much, so it's every now and again.
My mom listening to the live stream and she hears the bacterial fish with the test strip aquarium co-op first fish ammonia 20. I don't know what any of that means. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm not picking on you, fish kid. I don't know what that means.
Oh, his mom was listening and she hears the bacteria fish with the test strip aquarium co-op. So like, she's like, what?
What?
That's what I'm getting from that. Yeah, I walk around my house usually doing chores, or I'm at the horses or whatever, and people hear the live stream going on in the background. They're like, what are you listening to?
What a weirdo. Any DIY projects in the works?
Yes.
Well, I'm building an entire fish room.
Yes.
And a new studio. Do you want to elaborate on this?
Well,
for your DIY projects? I mean, I'm building a fish room.
I was letting you continue. I'm still working on the fish room.
Got to get plumbing.
Plumbing, which is a DIY project, and electrical, which is a DIY project. I've got some pretty cool tank/living wall stuff in the works, and I'm doing some specific setups, kind of DIYing myself. I love DIY.
Hikari bottom feed. Do you feed what?
The Hikari bottom feeder. That's the first bites.
Which
the bottom feeder.
food do you feed? Hikari, which I don't know. We're almost at 2 hours here. Cut me some slack. This has been quite the live stream. Technically, we've only been on for an hour and a half if we cut off that first 15 minutes of tragicness.
I think we all experienced that, though. Let's not discredit what they sat through.
Hikari cubes are great, like frozen food?
Freeze-dried tube effects.
Oh,
worms are
freeze-dried?
pretty awesome for my quarries. I just got tube effects worms.
Oh, if not Hikari, which bottom foods do you feed?
Oh.
So I do have, I mean, I'm not sponsored by Krill, but Extreme. It sure sounds like it, though. I do have their help me out here. What are you doing? Wafers. God, why was that so hard to say?
The sinking wafers.
Wafers. So I have their wafers. I really, really, really love Rapashi. It's one of my favorite foods for bottom feeders is Rapashi. It gets pretty expensive, but I still really, really enjoy it.
I like to pre-soak bloodworms as a treat, too, so that they sink to the bottom.
Any tips for finding rocks for hardscape? How do you know what is safe? Shouldn't let those guys out. So you can do, you can test the rocks before you put them in there to see if it's going to alter like your pH or stuff like that. I think it's vinegar. I might be wrong, but you can put something on. I'm pretty sure it's vinegar. You put on rocks and it'll bubble if it alters your pH.
That makes sense, yeah.
And otherwise, if you're talking about safe like diseases and things like that, if you're really worried about it, you can scrape them and clean them off with hot water, hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, generally I'm not worried about it.
Hi, Callie.
Uh-oh, is this another?
My coworkers are in the house. Regina said, Danny, I see you as a quarter horse or paint person. What type of horses do you have? I actually own a quarter horse and a paint.
Is that the small one?
That's a miniature horse. I have a mini.
I was just thinking like, because it's like a quarter of a horse.
But
I wasn't trying to make a joke. I just thought that was like the real name.
No. They get their name because they actually are the fastest of all the horse breeds to run the quarter mile. Faster than
Okay,
thoroughbred.
see, that makes sense.
They're sprinters.
So you do know about horses. It's not just a lie.
Just a little bit. A little bit. I used to work with rescue horses, did some training, working with problem horses, and gave lessons. So I've got a bit of a hodgepodge. I've got an off-track thoroughbred, a quarter horse, a paint, and a mini.
Brian says, rocks. Test the rocks with liquid nitrite from your test kit.
Hi, Bane.
I've never heard of that before.
And Brody.
If it bubbles, it contains calcium and other things that will raise your pH. Well, there you go.
I honestly haven't paid attention too much to that. I probably should have. I just pulled my rocks from water sources.
We don't really have to worry about it here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of limestone and things like that. We just collect river rocks. It's not that big of a deal. Definitely, everyone has gone through technical difficulties. Is completely fine.
That was a doozy. Definitely broke me in.
Man, that was brutal. You did this.
It's all my fault.
This was your idea. Hey, come here.
Oh, it's gone down over there. It's my fault. I told him to let the dogs back in. It's more fun with the dogs. I like the distraction. It's a full house at my house, so I'm used to it.
Okie dokie.
Do you have horses, Regina? I'm curious.
One of my turquoise rainbows grew black spots and swims at a 45-degree angle. Any clue what's going on? So this is almost what's going on with your Colombian tetras.
Yeah.
And we haven't figured out what it is. So black spots can be like pH burn. They can be ammonia burns, although ammonia burns are usually red, but it's really tough to say. It could be dead scales, a lot of things. It'd be hard. What I would do,
I don't know.
if you could take a picture of it and go to the Aquarium Co-op forums, they have a whole section of diseases where you can post pictures and people will help you try to diagnose it. It's really hard to diagnose stuff without seeing it, and yeah, it makes it really hard on the live stream.
Yeah.
Danny wanted the dogs to be let in so she can host the stream.
I want the dogs to help host the stream. I thought it would be funny if we turned it on and we had them all up here with us, but we don't have the big seats this week.
Andrew says, Bob, will you ever take Danny camping? I'm trying to get her husband camping.
He would be the one.
I just want to use him for his boat.
Yeah. We do plan to do, we camp a lot ourselves, so he's welcome to come at any time, but we plan to we're going to head out and do some San Juan camping experiences. My husband just got back from camping, actually hunting.
Now my dogs are barking. Yeah, it always starts a chain reaction.
Yeah, mine would be barking right now too if I were home.
If I let it go long enough, eventually, like, every dog in this neighborhood will be barking, and normally it makes me laugh, but normally I'm not live on the internet.
Right.
We're only allowed to take 15 pounds of rock from riverbeds at a time in California. There is definitely a lot of laws like that. Like here, we're not allowed to take driftwood without a permit off of a beach, but I can take driftwood out of a river, no problem. So yeah, a lot of stuff. What are they barking at? They're just wrestling and playing with each other. I have a mastiff that loves to talk. That's all he does, and so he's very vocal.
Very loud.
To make it easier for them to see your questions, highlight their name spelled exactly with the @ sign. Yes. Although the unfortunate part, it does not highlight it in my live stream software, but over here on the big screen, it does highlight.
It's nice here because it's a black background with white letters, so that's easier for my eyes to see. But over here you can see the color around the name, so it draws your attention to it. But it's a white background with black writing.
Hey Bob, what do you feed Shelleys? I tried some small floating cichlid pellets, but they don't feed off the surface. Has anything on the and anything on the bottom goes ignored. Man, we've been talking about this for like the last 20 minutes, but the Extreme Nano is like 50-50. They're small little pellets. About half of them sit on the surface, and the other ones, they slowly sink to the bottom, and then eventually they'll slowly sink. That might be something to look into, and it's a really good food for Shelleys in general. So that would be my recommendation. Or, of course, frozen foods usually work pretty well with Shelleys as well.
Regina, no, he did not. Unfortunately, it was turkey hunting, and one of his buddies did bring home some turkeys.
You couldn't get a turkey? Wow.
It's been a dry year.
Is that a massive CO2 diffuser in the background, or what is that thing in the corner? That is a scam. So yeah, this thing over here that's right by my head, right?
It trips me out that it's backwards. Yeah, over there.
Basically, that's just air going through there to make really, really small bubbles. It's supposed to be a sterilizer, but it's nothing. It looks cool though. I'll give it that. It looks cool. What is the longest you have let a sponge filter run before taking it out and squeezing the mulm out? I mean, I've gone a year. So it really depends on what I'm doing in the tank, what's in the tank, and what the tank is for. If it's for like my quarantine tanks, I never cleaned. I wanted as much crap on that filter for the fish to graze on as possible, because they come in after shipping and being at the wholesalers, not being fed. So just anything I can do to let them graze on that. However, like Planet tanks or tanks that I want to look nice, I'll do about once a month. Take the filters out and squeeze them out.
I have a few filters that I have to clean out, or a few sponges every couple months, and some I've never cleaned out. It really just, the tank will kind of tell you when it needs to be cleaned.
Paul, what's up, buddy? Says it's been good to hang out. 3 a.m. is coming early, so I have to say goodnight. Thanks, Paul, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Danny is unimpressed with her with her hubby's hunting ability. I don't think that's true.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it is true. I was trying to save him, but I guess not.
No, he definitely. I know that it's a lot of work out there, and he does elk and he does deer, and this time was turkeys. They got very close, but his buddy got all the glory.
Close there, Curtis, but it ain't cool being a jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving. Not wise. You mentioned hanging a light for a low boy. I'm setting up a 20 long. It's not much higher at 12 inches, I believe. Would you recommend hanging lights? So the reason I don't do it for a low boy is because a low boy is also 4 feet wide, whereas a 20-gallon long, you can put the strip right on top and the spread will still hit the front and back of the aquarium. That's not the case with a low boy. So that's why I don't do it. On a 20, I do it on a 20 long. I don't actually have a fish room yet. Get out of here. Get out of the live stream. You got to have a fish room to be in here. Get lost.
Don't listen to him.
Do you have any recommendations for strong lights for a 55-gallon? I mean, if you want a strong light, it's going to be the Fluval 3.0.
That's the best light I have in terms of just my overall plant.
It's going to be $200, so just throwing that out there, but it is probably one of the best lights you can get right now.
I have 30 plus tanks and 2 Fluval 3.0s. It's expensive.
I actually like the 2.0s better personally, but
I do like the 2.0s.
Steenfott Aquatics. How does one master and get gifted that of moderation? Do you like my classical speak? Clearly, that messed me up, but I like it. I don't really mod people. I mod people that I know. I mod people that have maybe been here since the beginning. But I don't require my moderators to do anything. Some of them are nice and just do it because they want to, like links and things like that. But being a moderator is just, I don't know. It's your name is blue. Look at Curtis. Curtis does nothing. And he's a moderator. I'm just kidding.
Hi, Ginger.
Ginger Grays with the $5 super chat. Waves to Danny. Love your fish shade. Pets the
Thank
pups.
you.
Howdy, Bob. Been lurking while driving. Always enjoy your streams. Thank you, Ginger. I feel like I don't see you as much as I used to, so it's always good to see you when I do.
I've been doing a lot of lurking the last few weeks myself. Sorry.
I mean, I can't complain. That's all I do is lurk. I rarely comment in people's live streams. And it's Toots Fish Forum. Bob, hello. Thanks for keeping me company while I service this saltwater tank. Flynn, good to see you too, my friend. He farted once on my live stream, so now his name is Toots Fish Forum.
I was wondering, I was looking everywhere for the toots. I'm like, where are you seeing this? Where are my glasses?
Flynn's like, I'm too old for this crap now.
Saltwater tank. I would like to do a saltwater tank in my future. I will have one.
You know who Flynn is, right?
Not specifically, but I know that
So-
he
Yeah. Well, he lives in Vancouver, right by us.
started his own fish.
Yeah.
Like
a very
servicing
very
business.
fine young gentleman
Yeah.
that just started his own fish business, which is
I love
pretty awesome.
Vancouver. I would live there if they'd take me.
Curtis says, I almost never lurk. Yep, that's what we love about you. I think Danny has the ultimate she shed. If you
like fish, then yes.
if you could add something to where it would be the alternate or ultimate, what would you add? And now you can't say like power or plumbing, none of that crap, but like something like what is it missing?
You'll have to wait and see.
I think you should add a pinball machine.
There's no room for a pinball machine in there.
But
You
that
made
would
me
make
put
it the
more
ultimate.
plants.
This is fantasy land.
There's more tanks. I mean, more plants and more tanks where there could have been open room for a pinball machine. That's in the man cave. See, I have a she shed. My husband has a man cave.
Yeah, but there's no pinball machine in there.
There's
I'll talk to him
There's
about
no
it.
fish tank in there either. We really got to talk to him.
Pretty sure Bob only made me a moderator because YouTube kept hiding my inappropriate comments, and he didn't want to just ban me.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I did have to mod because when you're mod, you can
Sorry
say
about
anything.
that, Ginger.
I think that's true.
Lots of overtime for people right now.
116 minutes ago, missed a lot. Minus 116 minus 15. We'll call it that. Your streams keep getting better. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate it. From the best name on YouTube.
Yeah, we agree. We love that name.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I see visions of my head of action movies with snails now.
All right, you only got a couple minutes left. Get your
Has
questions.
it really
in.
been 2 hours? That's
Isn't it?
crazy.
Aren't streams amazing?
I was really nervous.
Is there a dartboard or pool table?
We do have a dartboard.
There is a dartboard. There's not a pool table. There's
No.
also not a ping pong table, which I am a ping pong
We have
master.
we have outdoor ping pong table. Summer is really our jam at the Kozak house.
Well, whenever you guys want to lose at ping pong, you just hit me up. Corey found out the hard way.
Yeah.
Destroyed him. I beat Jimmy. Didn't even score a point on me.
Hand-eye coordination is not my thing. Get me on the slopes on a snowboard. Now
And
we're
you
talking.
fall over.
Yeah, we'll see.
Any updates on your housing search? Well, I actually just messaged someone before we started this stream. I don't know where my phone is, so I can't see if they messaged me back. But
I love air hockey.
air hockey is really fun. See?
Yeah, we got our lean on. I've been sitting all day. I sit behind a desk all day, and we have
And you got the
meetings
most
all morning.
uncomfortable chair
And
in the
it's like
house.
sitting on a plank of wood.
Yeah, sitting on computer chairs for this long is not awesome.
Thank you,
But-
Sepel. Sepel?
I call him Seeple. I don't know if that's right.
I want to say, in my head, I say Sepel.
Being at a school and kids talking about Fortnite and gaming, and I pop in and like, yo, you guys watched the launch of the new Flubel Aquarium. That's kind of funny. Speaking of launch, one of my members works at NASA, and if you're watching, I really want you to send me an email at steenfottaquatics@gmail.com. It's very fascinating, and I would love to talk to you about it. If you're open to discussion, you know who you are if you're watching. Send me a message. I know who you are as well, but I'm not going to say your name. Wanting some Rainbowfish, but Bob is all sold out. My website is about to go offline as well, probably till the end of summer, because I don't even have a place to live yet. Can't sell fish, but I don't have a place to live. Carol Cox says, yeah, we found out why you wanted Corey to get a ping pong table. Oh, there was so much trash talking.
I
can't
like
even-
pool.
Pool's fun, but I win at ping pong. I don't win at pool. There was a
50-50,
contest.
I'll take it.
If there was a contest on how far you could launch
You
the
should.
ball off the table, then I would win at pool.
Oh, if that's the game we're playing, yeah, I could win at that one every time.
NASA, like the space version of ADA? Are you saying like overpriced and fake and phony? I have to learn to work on my aquarium only. So many hours a day. I spend all day and night doing stuff.
Yeah.
Not enough time. Not enough time.
I spend all day and night doing stuff too, and a lot of it on the aquariums, and that has been something I've had to learn to balance. Still a working in progress.
Donnie makes an excellent point.
What?
He says, rocky music plays as I walk into Aquarium Co-op's ping pong table. I feel like I do need a theme song. I definitely need
That'd
one.
be an interesting thumbnail.
I'm telling you, I'll smoke anyone at ping pong. I don't even care. Get Forrest Gump in here. I'll beat him too. It don't matter.
All right, I'll see it. I'll film it.
Plenty of volcanic soil. All right. That's been 2 hours, kind of, if we count that first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Plenty of volcanic soil on Mars. I was wondering where you're going. I was like, were we talking about volcanoes?
I was
don't know.
playing ping pong and ding dang.
You weren't supposed to read that one.
Sorry.
Okay, we'll end it on this question. Todd says, acrylic or glass, and why? I'll let you go first. Unless you want me to go first.
I prefer glass just based off of its accessibility and price. And I DIY'd myself into the hobby originally, so glass is better. But in larger tanks, like I would like to get into, I definitely agree acrylic is best.
I would go acrylic, any size.
Yeah?
Acrylic all day, every day, if I was like a billionaire.
Well,
But-
if money wasn't a thing, yeah. But we live in 2021.
Money ain't no thing for me.
Shoot.
And by the way, I thank you for all the super chats. Yeah, if money's not an object, acrylic all day. It's purely just easier to work with, easier to move. It retains heat better, so if you need to heat them, your heating costs will be less.
Never have to worry about ripped or broken seams in your tank, which I've dealt with.
Now, there are some cases of like panels blowing out
Okay, then
on acrylic,
no acrylic.
but
was the
it's
one thing.
way more rare than like you losing like a seam on your glass tank.
That's true.
Like it's really rare, and when I see them, like it's always like you'll see like the front panel and like half of it is like just blown out. Makes me think, well, maybe they were like vacuuming and like backed into it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some pictures on the internet of like panels just busting in half.
The 240 will be my first acrylic tank, so I guess that'll really be the
Yeah, and if
judge
you go
for
look
me.
at it, like the whole front of it is like bowed like this. Like it's just ready to blow out at any time.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, thanks for buying
Super excited.
it. Yeah.
This guy. This guy.
Yes, acrylic and tremors from earthquakes. I feel like tremors are worse for glass tanks. And because when we had that small earthquake, what was it, 2 years ago? That's when my 75 blew out a seam,
Really?
like a week later. So, I mean, I don't know, but it's pretty
Definitely not good.
coincidental that it happened right after
Well,
an
if we have
earthquake.
an earthquake, my fish room's going down, so.
So Andy brings up a good point. He says, I scratch the heck out of acrylic. This is one of the reasons I like acrylic.
You can buff
because
it.
you can fix it.
You can fix
Like
it.
you can scratch your glass. It is harder, but it can be done, and you can't really buff it out. But you can with acrylic.
Thank you, Alphabet Grow. I'm excited. I've got some big fish to go in there.
What?
So they congrats on the 240.
Oh yeah, you putting your Oscars in there?
Yes.
What a waste. You have like hundreds of schooling fish.
Look, this is a work in progress. I'm going to run this fish room my way.
Kenley Schindler says, I like my glass. All right, that's going to do it. It's been 2 hours. Danny, what are you going to stock with the 240? We just answered. Oscars.
I'm starting with Oscars. Where the 240 goes, we shall see. I'm still figuring that out, but I'd like to make a South American big tank eventually. But right now, I need a good grow out for my Oscars.
All right, there we go. I want to thank everyone. I'm not going to run down the list, but I will thank everyone who became a member and super chatted, and also all the mods and the lurkers and the commenters and the subscribers, and of course, Danny, for coming on the stream.
Thanks for having me, guys.
It's
and
way
for your
more fun to have
questions.
guests.
Makes it easy.
Leave a comment afterwards and let's peer pressure her into being a guest again.
I come back. I mean, you gotta fix your tech stuff, but I'll come
It is
back.
fixed.
Well, this time.
Well, now it is.
Okay, save the settings. Take a picture.
Out of everything you asked for, you could have asked for a better chair, something more comfortable, but you asked for tech, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that chair and I'll fix the tech.
And a better chair.
Oh.
And more dogs.
Oh, look, you can see his nose. His head is bigger than yours.
He's a big boy, and he gets bigger every time I come here.